Hi, welcome back. Another important session. Hello, folks and professionals. Direct general project interview question. If requirements suddenly changed, how did you manage last moment? This is the frequency so high in projects. It can be SD consultant or else MM consultants or PP consultant or PP consultant or FSCO consultant, anything for that matters. I'll tell you a couple of examples. In my last project, I have handled a scenario called scrap sales. Actually, that's supposed to be handled tax deduction at source. Okay, that should be handled at FIN, but unfortunately, it was handled by me due to some project level. Certain requirements need to be handled at SD level also, even if the solution is available in FI also. It depends on the kind of team what we handle it. Okay, so in that scrap sales, we have a form requirement to calculate the scrap sale value and net value and and customer address and company address, sender receiver. A lot of requirements will be there. So scrap sales, when we configured initially, we thought about that we have only two requirements, like it need to be configured, order and billing. Okay, it's similar, like works like a with different condition types, and it works like a debit memo only. Okay, the same requirement, it is got freezed for interface also. That means data need to be passed to another portal. Their invoice will be created. You can say like e-invoice. A lot of requirements, like in the middle, like they want the in the form, in form level also, last moment they have asked like we want certain box with description need to be displayed based on the tax codes. how how we have to handle it, total form is developed. We got three requirements, and on parallel, like the same forms has an impact on other forms like credit memo, debit memo, because same output type got utilized. What we have to do it? Okay, so in this case, it depends on the consultant in at what stage he is going to handle it. You can tell that. So for example, in this example I'm telling, I have already gathered the requirements for scrap sales, and it works like a debit memo, but last moment they have requested form need to be developed. Okay, anyhow, and form that is should be required. That is almost, we're close to UAT phase. We file UAT, we gather certain requirements because we bought certain timelines within UAT only, and we have developed the form. Apart from that, we have developed the same integration form for another third-party solution also. But since interface solution already there for regular order and regular credit memo, debit memo, and other process, so that it becomes so easy. A lot of field mapping it is already available, so that whatever the parallel requirements we have, that we gather. So certain times while testing interface also, they might have given one certain requirement. How would you control regular service order? And if you use the same document type for scrap sales, there also we have given a solution, like something like it is feasible. We have taken a couple of days and we have developed a custom segment for order reason we have done. In the similar way, if requirements suddenly change, this is one of the example I'm explaining. It do happen. So like in one of my projects I worked in for agriculture commodity project, there we've almost, I wrote 6 to 7 pages functional specification and reviewed and finalized, and we started working and testing in SAP system. Then customer side architect say that so we would like to do with this solution by using infrastructure, so that complete FS need to be scrapped out and we supposed to write in UFS. See, if the customer accepts and your service company accepts and the timelines, a lot of things will comes into picture. So if requirements suddenly change, you have to remember a few things. Like first thing, what is the deviation, or else is it a complete new requirement? What is timelines? How many new resources you required? If you are the individual resource, you're supposed to give the estimation how many working hours you needed. What is the cross functional impact? What is global impact? For example, if you make certain change for certain condition type, the same pricing procedure used by other countries also, you should have to do the impact analysis. If you make this change, whether it is going to screw already the solutions which is already successfully working in your production, you have to think in that manner. Okay, so if requirements are suddenly changed, how did you manage last moment? I will tell you the theory and you can apply your own examples while answering to the customer. Okay, the first, develop a preliminary scope. What is the first scope for that particular solution? For example, if I map the same sentence to the my previous example, what is the preliminary scope? What is for defining the scrap sales, whether we required forms and whether we required cross functional help for account determination and all those things. Evaluate the changes and consider the impact, and you have to evaluate the changes. Last moment they might ask a couple of changes. You have to evaluate the change and consider the impact, and you have to negotiate and prioritize and negotiate. Suppose two changes are there, which one gives the priority? For example, I will tell you, so tax value, it is not calculating in one of the form. Is it prioritized compared with when I'm sending with the same data to interface, like whether it is regular service order or a scrap sales? So then second thing is more important compared with your form, because actually invoice will be created like that. Okay, so in the similar way you can able to do the impact analysis, whether it is free goods or whether it is your regular account determination, org structure, or basic functions, whatever you take. Okay, reevaluate the resources. This is not related to you. If you're team lead, then you have to give the answer for this. Okay, resources and hours required. And if you're individual contributor also, you can give the hours and revise the project plan that is not in your scope, that is done by your project manager, and communicate the team. All these are the things will be there on a brief. So when someone is asked, like, this question, they will ask how you can able to handle the pressure in a certain context. How did you handle? Okay, but the scope is not defined. Suppose if it is agile, then if the scope is not required at this, we can skip to the next sprint or something like that. How the agile will work, I will explain you in future. Okay, so you have to answer with certain example, not with this theoretical point. These points I have given for to map with your example. Okay, for example, you are doing a written process. Okay, last moment they change it. We want certain materials will be returned for recall, product recall. Certain case, you know the difference between what is returns and product recall. Initially you thought about that is return, that is actually product recall. So certain times your understandability with your customer also problem happens. Okay, considering all the facts, I have given these points and you just try to answer this tactfully. And if you really experience it and try to map your mind, so probably see, I have so many examples. I worked across 9 projects. In that, 4 implementations I work, but it's not worked. You just try to prepare your mind. Thank you so much thanks for joining the session. I wish you all the best. Have a great day. Jai Bharat. Okay, and if you would like to get more inputs like this, please subscribe my channel. And this is my YouTube channel. This is my Udemy channel. This is the place where I'm currently holding 5,700 plus students, and all these are the different courses. This is one of my top course. Okay, so this and this is for idoc training. I would recommend personal these 2 courses for all SAP consultant, how to write a functional specification. And if it is one of my top course, currently holding 700 plus students for pricing itself. If you're really interested, the depth of the pricing, you can choose these 2 courses. And apart from that, this is for BP. After 2027, it is very, very difficult. If you don't have knowledge, you try to learn at least 5 scenarios of this course so that you can able to attempt S4 HANA project if you don't have certain experience also. Okay, so thank you so much. If you need real-time courses like advanced payments, this is the place where I have explained 3 scenarios, and this is support actions. If you want, you can able to give it a try. Thanks so much. Thanks for joining the session. Have a great day.